Alright folks, it has been over 24 hours since I got these in the mail. Let's do some first impressions of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Also, really quick, I just want to say this video is only using official gameplay trailers and footage released by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Nintendo, you cannot take this down. This is not leaked gameplay. This is all your own official gameplay with my commentary over it. Enjoy the video. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please do me a favor and subscribe so you don't miss a single Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. I'll be posting a ton this week on release day, or actually the day before release day, officially in the US. And yeah, subscribe so you don't miss it, and like this video if you do enjoy it. So, I wanted to do some impressions of Scarlet and Violet now that I've played the games for, I think I have maybe 17 or 18 hours actually played in the games. I've been no-lifing them since I made that unboxing yesterday. And I just wanted to kind of just talk about these games. I'm not going to talk spoilers, so none of that stuff here. I will not be getting into that. I will only be talking about things that are officially in the trailers. So, let's just talk about the game as a whole really quick. And I'm going to try to keep this video a little bit brief because I'll do a full review once I beat it. The game is very good. The game, as a Pokemon fan, it is very fun to play. It is very exciting exploring the Paldea region, and it's just a nice game to play. It feels good to play, like mechanically wise. I like the terrestrialization, whatever it's called. I like the auto battle feature, and there are definitely quality of life improvements that are nice. I love all the new Pokemon. I love the variety of Pokemon in each area. And as a whole, I am very much enjoying my time with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That is to say, though, it certainly has some very major issues. And I don't want to be the one here bringing down your hype, because I think you should be excited for these games. If you're a Pokemon fan, Scarlet and Violet are very good. These games have a couple of glaring issues. The first thing I want to talk about before I'm just going to get all the negative stuff out of the way, basically. The first thing I want to talk about is performance. So there's been reports that there's a day one patch out. And if you download the day one patch, the frame rate and just performance of the game in general is improved. I don't know if that's true. I downloaded the day one patch, and the game still does not run good. Arceus does run better. And that's bad. That's bad. That's a bad sign. Obviously, this game is more open, so you would expect it to maybe have some more issues, but consistently frames are dropping below, I would say. As someone who's not a tech expert, I don't have like the little frame data thing. I'm going to assume it's dropping below 25, 20 frames. It's pretty bad, especially when you're riding around on your mount, your legendary Miraidon or Crydon. The frame rate is bad when you're exploring the overworld. In battles, it's consistent, it's locked, it's very nice, it's smooth in battle. But in the open world, the frame rate is bad. The poppin' is bad. I would say that is also worse than Legends Arceus. I remember there was a trailer last month with some Flora running behind you during one of the gym tests. I got to that. Even with the day one patch, it still looked like the English trailer. If you know what I'm talking about, I might have it up on screen right now if I remember. So the frame rate and overall performance is still very bad. I don't know if it was even worse before this day 1.01 patch or whatever it is. Maybe it was, and this did actually improve it some. I'm still hoping for another patch on actual day one, because it's just sad, and it does hinder the experience. And I mean, visually the game looks good. It's really just the frame rate, though. That's really what's getting me. The frame rate on Pokemon in the distance, the frame rate on characters in the distance, and overall, just the frame rate of the game gets very choppy. Not a good sign. Not a good thing. I'm just going to temper your expectations on performance, and maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised now when you play it, and if there is a day one patch, it ends up being a little bit better than what I'm talking about. Then, I want to talk about something else that I'm a little conflicted on, but it's something I have definitely been noticing, and I'm playing the game with my girlfriend. She's playing through Scarlet. I respect Game Freak for trying to keep the Pokemon sizes accurate, but most Pokemon are pretty small. So when you're riding around on your Crydon or your Miraidon, in my case, it's hard to see Pokemon. You know, I'm not gonna name any names, but just think of like a super small Pokemon, right? It's tiny in this game. Like, I'm talking like you barely see it. You have to zoom in. So I haven't been playing in a handheld much. I can't imagine how small it would be on a handheld screen. I'm playing on a big TV, and it's hard to see them there too. Maybe it'd actually be easier on a handheld. I'm not sure. But I respect Game Freak for kind of trying to keep the Pokemon to scale in the overworld. Arceus did it much better, in my opinion. Like, the scale of every Pokemon with the alphas and all that. The Pokemon get too small, and it's hard to see, which goes into another small subcategory complaint with shinies. Shinies don't make a noise or anything when they pop up. I don't even know for sure if they shine. I have caught one shiny so far, and I just knew because I knew that color wasn't right. It was pink instead of the normal color. So, respected them for keeping Pokemon that are supposed to be, 2 inches tall, doesn't really work. It really doesn't. And I think the frame rate thing kind of goes in with this. I wouldn't mind exploring and zooming in and looking close at a Pokemon if the overworld ran better. But when I'm trying to get through the overworld and then I just happen to run into a tiny Pokemon because I didn't even see it in the grass, because some Pokemon are actually that small that you can't even see them unless you are right up against it, because poppin', that's an issue. That's a very major issue, and once again, I respect Game Freak for trying it out. I hope they never do that again, because even big Pokemon are still smaller than most Pokemon were in Legends Arceus. So I don't know what happened there, but I digress. The last negative thing I have on this game, and I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this. I kind of like it a little bit, and this is the difficulty scaling. So in this Pokemon game, there are 3 core stories. There's the Titans, there's the Team Star battles, and then there's like your regular gym challenge. You can do them in any order, but the game very clearly wants you to go a specific way, and that's fine, but the gyms don't scale, which is also fine, I think, but... So, for example, I was trying to do all the Titan quests first, and if you're playing the game on launch day, I highly recommend you do the Titan quests first. Trust me. Because I'm not going to spoil it. Whatever. Just do Titans first. Help out the boy Arvin. I did like 3 of those, but because they expect you to kind of balance all 3 storylines at once, I ended up being super underleveled. So then I had to grind a little bit. Not really grind. I was catching a ton of Pokemon. Each area is filled with like 30 new Pokemon. I was being very busy. Not really feeling like a grind, but I was kind of grinding. If you don't catch every Pokemon, this might be an issue for you. So I was very underleveled at first, but then I overcame that and finished the Titan thing that I was doing. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go do some Team Star raids. And I mean, this just happened to me like an hour ago. I was playing. And at this point, my Quaxly, my starter, fully evolved, obviously, level, I think, 48 or 50. Pretty standard stuff, 18 hours into the game. I went to do a Team Star thing, and they were all level 20. So... it's definitely an issue. I don't know if I personally mind it that much, honestly, from a design standpoint. It is cool that you can still do it in any order you want. I don't really know how they would fix it other than just changing the levels based on where you are in the game. It's a tricky thing to kind of, design, I'm sure. But I think a lot of people are going to have issue with that. Because if you grind out and have an over-leveled Pokemon, then you can just go back and do everything else very easily. So the challenge is a little weird in that aspect. You can make the game super hard if you don't do, or if you don't balance all 3 stories at once, but that's obviously player choice, and it is nice that you have the choice, period. So that's why I'm not fully holding that as a negative, because I do think it's nice that you can do anything in any order. Now, going to some positive stuff, and I mean, I already kind of covered it at the top of the video, the game is just very fun to play. Catching Pokemon is very fun. I will say, actually, I guess one last negative. They need to bring in the Arceus catching. There are, I don't know exactly how many Pokemon in this game. I've already caught over 200. Having to initiate a battle and then catch the Pokemon after playing Legends Arceus in an open world setting is not that good. It feels kind of slow in that aspect, but everything else feels fast. The UI is faster. The UI is very clean also. Just battles move fast. You can turn off the animations, obviously, if you want to. But like I said, frame rate in the battles is fine from what I've experienced so far. The raids are really cool. I really want to drive home how much I actually do, and I did end up liking Terrestrialization. So for my playthrough, I haven't done too many raids. Obviously, I can't connect online. But raids have been fun. I like Terrestrialization. I think that adds so much opportunity for competitive and just bringing random Pokemon that wouldn't have been competitively viable kind of to the forefront and give them a chance to shine. I really, not talking about level scaling here, but I really do like the 3 different stories you can do. I think that's awesome. I've just about finished the Titan storyline. I think I have one more thing to do, and then I'm done with that. I have 8 badges. I have not done the, full ending for that. And then the Team Star thing I've done the least of. But they all offer very unique gameplay things. And it's kind of what I've been saying for the past several years with Pokemon, ever since Sun and Moon, with the Totem Trials and Totem Pokemon. Just do everything. You can have your gyms, you can have your totem Pokemon, which is basically what Titans are, and you can have your villain team and have it all be separate, and that's fine. And it just adds a lot of variety in the world, so you can be like, okay, I'm gonna do some Titans, and I'm gonna go do some gyms, then some Team Star, then I'll go hunt for some gimme ghouls or whatever, that kind of thing. I really do like it. The gyms will have, standard like kind of puzzles or quizzes or that kind of thing, little gimmick gameplay mechanics that you would expect from modern Pokemon games, whereas the Titans are just like a cool boss fight. You have to find the Pokemon, that kind of thing. And then Team Star has its own entire thing. I think they've shown this actually, yes, where it's all about the auto battling system. It's very well done outside the level scaling, which once again I'm not fully on the negative side with. I'm not sure how most people will feel. But I do genuinely enjoy the structure of 3 stories. I like the characters so far, especially Arvin. Once again, check out the Titan storyline first, I would recommend. Yeah, overall, this is just a first impressions video. I am really enjoying it. I know I mostly talk about negative things here, but I think that just shows obviously how passionate I am about Pokemon, because everything else is really good, and I'm excited to get to the post game and start breeding. I have not tried breeding yet. I know there's gonna be a lot of questions about that. I know a lot of that stuff has leaked out into the wild, about mechanics and all that. I'm excited to try breeding and really get into shiny hunting. Apparently, you can save in front of a shiny then reset again. I saw some people, other YouTubers that got the game early, talking about that, so that's awesome. So I'm excited to get to the post game and really dive into that, and then obviously all the stuff that we have leaked, like the if it's at the towards the end of the game. I'm excited to get in all that. But gut reaction, 18 hours in, I think I'm getting pretty close to finishing the story. These games are very good, troubled by a lot of technical issues, and I mean, the Pokemon being small thing, that's obviously going to be completely subjective. I think I might be alone in that. I'm excited to see reviews next week and see what other people think, but I personally have been having issue with the Pokemon just actually being too small in the overworld, which is funny. That was never an issue I expected. But overall, I am loving Scarlet and Violet. I cannot wait to do more videos for you all on these games. I will be streaming them on Thursday, I think at like 8 a.m. Pacific, whenever they unlock in New Zealand or Australia, whichever eShop unlocks them first. And I'm also going to have a bunch of videos prepped there. I'm going to try to get a Gimme Ghoul guide out. Wish me luck. That's going to be a nightmare. But yeah, excited for these games. You should be excited for them. Just go into it expecting maybe some bad performance. That's all I can say. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more Scarlet and Violet content. Like the video, all that fun stuff. Share it around with your friends. Join me on Discord. That is linked down below. Or join our Discord, I should say. And follow me on Twitter at BotoxMedia. Until next time, folks. Peace.